Throughout this year, we've been listening to the Gospel of Luke, and through this whole year, we've been listening to Jesus as he has performed miracles, he's offered teachings, but he's been on a journey. He's going to Jerusalem. And we've heard recently when he goes to the temple in Jerusalem, what happens there. Today again, he is near Jerusalem, perhaps in Jerusalem. He's speaking to the crowds, and now he's really telling them, and he's telling us, how being a disciple will change our lives. Being a disciple where now there's going to be persecution. And as he says, it will lead to you giving testimony. In other words, you're going to have to speak up. You're going to have to live your life differently than others. But I'm not going to abandon you. I will give you the wisdom you need. Don't worry what you have to prepare to say. I will help you. And what he's saying is, I'm going to give you the Holy Spirit. And through it all, as he says that last line, by your perseverance, you will secure your lives. In other words, stay with the faith, stay with me, be aware of the Spirit, and then whatever it is in your life, not only are you going to live through it, but you're going to be a witness of me. For our church, this is what Jesus is inviting today. It starts with you and me. It starts thinking about what I'm doing today, with whom I am with. And today, so often we're not with many people, this whole COVID times, but nonetheless, how do I witness my faith in what otherwise would be just another ordinary day or ordinary time? As we've said this year, nothing is ordinary. That's not only in terms of COVID, it's in terms of faith. Nothing is ordinary. Always God is wanting to come into someone else's life and our lives. So I invite you this morning, because it seems that two things are happening in this gospel. He has a crowd of people there, but as he says these words, you can almost imagine how for many of them this would have been too much. Many of them would have said, this isn't what I want. I want to see a Messiah. I want to see miracles happen. But in terms of my life changing, that could be too much. But there are others who are listening, as today, where this is attractive. This is challenging. This is worthwhile. And that's the blessing of being a disciple. We're drawing closer to him. We're willing to still go with him. I don't know if it's true, but it just seems, even though he was welcomed in Jerusalem so wonderfully on Palm Sunday, I have to wonder if times like this, when people heard this, if he was losing disciples. Oh yes, the apostles and perhaps others that faithful, but I would just keep wondering. These are such challenging words. And so I believe God is inviting us to be aware how calling us to be a disciple, calling us to help others realize this deeper way brings us closer to the Lord, brings more meaning into our lives, and is such a blessing, such a gift that we have with our faith.